Well, Bad Lewis, welcome back to Chill Age. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here we are, another episode of the CJ Prescott Road to the Show right here on MLB The Show 24. If you missed any of the other episodes, on the channel playlist. So what we have here, folks, is an interesting thing here. The game you're about to see is going to be coming at you in progress in the third inning. We did have a very corrupt, and I mean corrupt, first part of this video for the first couple innings here, and I was able to edit out that bad part of it was a technical video type glitch or something or another, and we do have a problem. We had a problem with that, but we're going to join this in the top of the third inning, and CJ will be on the mound. And this was a pretty good game for CJ. She has some troubles, as you'll see as the episode progresses. But I thought she did pretty well. She's doing whatever she can to help this team to win. And sometimes it just doesn't happen that way. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, joining in the third inning of this game. Here we go. Here comes CJ again now with the knuckler.
Bounced up the middle. What a stop.
What a stop. Good stop.
And they get the out.
Good job.
Colton Wong digs in now. Went down on strikes the first time through.
Here comes CJ.
Splits the middle.
Strike one.
That's a strike. 0-1. 2 down and nobody aboard. We're here in the top half of the third. Next offering is down low.
CJ now ready. Here comes the pitch.
Right through there.
Another
for a
strike. 1-2 the count now. Another foul. Fouls it off. What's the pitch coming in? CJ going to go for the...
Here's the 1-2 offering.
Four-seamer here. Did not work there. Another four-seamer for CJ here.
Here's a grounder right side. Steps on the bag. Out with room to spare, and that's the 1 out and the base is empty.
Now the designated hitter, CJ Prescott.
Foul ball there.
Foul ball for CJ.
That's ripped toward center. No trouble here.
So
Puts it
CJ
away for
having
the
trouble
out.
on the base
2
pass
away
here
now.
today, or having trouble
All set for the
trying
start
to...
of this inning. Now the third baseman, number 86.
So top of 4.
Good eye on that pitch. Well, so far, so good for her today. But as you get to the meat of the order the second time around, that's where an outing can turn on you. Still, she's been on top of it to this point. She didn't start her windup before the pitch timer expired, and it's an automatic ball. So frustrating for the pitcher.
So CJ is ready.
And now the 2-0.
2-0. Got him 2-1 to
That's a
count now.
sneaky pitch right there, down 2-0. A lot of hitters will sit fastball in that count, so a
Comes the
changeup can
now.
be extra effective. Swings
Get
and
him!
misses,
Struck
and
him!
the count is even.
Oh, no,
2-2.
that's 2-2. My fault. I thought he was struck out. That's the way he swung there.
Swung
That
on and
time he
missed,
struck out.
him out. 1 out. Next up, the designated hitter. 3-pitch strikeout in the last AB. Will definitely want to do better this time.
Here comes the knuckler.
First offering misses the mark.
Comes the knuckler again.
Ripped to right, down the line. Makes a nice running catch.
So 2 down.
And now the right fielder.
Here comes the
Inside, just missed.
ball 1. We're going for the changeup here, folks. The changeup coming in. Coming in hot.
And a big
Got him to
swing
strike
and a
through it.
miss.
78 on the gun. And here comes the next one.
Into
And
the
that's a base
outfield,
knock.
base hit. A 2-out knock, and it keeps the inning alive.
So a 2-out base knock, and he's still alive. A $1.03 on the
first baseman.
exit
And now the
velocity
first
of that
baseman,
hit,
Tyler Nevin.
and 73 on the gun for CJ.
That one finds the zone.
60 mile an hour on the gun for that knuckler. You see it there. And here comes the next knuckler.
Try to get him
Oh,
chasing
that's
on
a
the
changeup.
changeup.
Okay. Sorry about that. Changeup. Another changeup coming through.
And it's 2-1.
2-1 to count now as CJ just trying to get this guy to hit something here. Get him out of the inning.
Hard hit, left side. Tosses across to first. There in plenty of time, ends the inning.
Well, there's the inning. The end of the inning.
We're ready for the 5th inning. Now the left fielder, number 15.
Dante Williams.
First offering just misses. And that drops in for a strike.
Strike one now. 1-1 to count here as we get ready.
In the
Popped
air to
up.
left. The left fielder under it.
And
Puts
that's
it
going to
away
do it.
for the
One
out.
down.
And here's the catcher. Right through there for a strike.
Another knuckler coming at him.
Down 0-2, swings through
0-2
it.
the count now as he
The
struck down to
Tides
that one.
trailing by 1. We're in the top of the 5th inning. He goes down.
Struck him
looking.
out. CJ with another strikeout there. That's 2 strikes. Or excuse me, a strikeout rather for CJ. I believe
And
that's
here is
what, 4
Kyle
or
Stowers.
5, I think. I lost track.
Stowers goes 6 feet 3 inches, 26 years old, and he's been hitting well lately, batting over 300 in his last 10 games. 2 outs, bases empty.
Top of the 5th now. CJ pitching
And
a
a swing
great
and a miss.
game. Strike 2 or strike 1 rather, if you will. 1-1 to count now. Here comes the knuckler.
And another ball.
TJ going to go for the slider here.
Swing and a rocket. That one's carrying. This one is gone.
So CJ gives up the home run on the slider
An
and ties this
absolutely
game.
titanic shot.
Should not have threw the slider right
season.
down the heart of the
And
plate,
we
but
are
CJ did it
starting
anyway.
over. It's 1-1. He'll be proud of the swing he put on that one. That's one for the
That
personal
was a mistake
highlight reel.
pitch there.
Vavra,
Right down the
now
heart
in
of the plate.
box, comes
Served up in a
empty with
punch
the
bowl,
swing
if you
there.
will. As he hit that one out of the ballpark to tie this game up.
Grounder to third. Throws to first.
End of the
Play
5th.
made. That ends the inning. 1 hit in the inning, a solo home run. Last half of the 5th coming up. All tied 1-1. Top of the 6th, and here at the plate, Colton Wong.
So CJ back at it, 1-1. We're still
Top of the zone for a strike.
tied here in the top of the 6th. And here we go. CJ
Lifted in the air
Popped
to
it
right
up.
center. DeLuca drifting towards this one. And makes the catch.
So 1 down.
And next, the cleanup hitter, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Just missed. And another ball. This is better discipline we're seeing from this hitter after striking out multiple times in this one. Misses to make it 3-0.
3-0 now,
Pitches from
CJ.
her outside the zone.
CJ just having trouble struggling here against Mayo.
And that drops
That's
in for a strike.
dropped in for a
Such
strike.
close game. The next team to score could take all the momentum they need.
Here
And the
comes the next
3-1.
pitch.
Swing and a miss.
Strike
And that's
2.
strike 2.
The count is full now. As here comes the changeup.
Payoff pitch off the outside
He walked
edge.
him,
And
or she
that
walked him,
is
rather.
ball 4. Man at
She
first with
walked
1
him.
gone. Next up, the designated hitter. Pitch misses there. And that is ball 1.
CJ right down the heart of the plate.
Fouled off. He was late.
CJ again.
Oh, doesn't get the call. I was certain that was a strike. Not my call, though.
So here comes the...
And that's
a base hit.
They get it in quickly. So first and second now, 1 out. Great job to come through in a high leverage situation. Now a chance to take the lead, and that's an opportunity they can't afford to squander this late in the game.
That ball is hit way back. That ball is crushed.
Back there. Gone.
So CJ does the knuckler, and he hits it out of the park.
Three-run rocket.
Three-run rocket. CJ gives up the one, and she was doing so great. And here comes CJ out of the game.
What a fun trip around the bases for him with the lead changing hands on
so
that
CJ,
home. Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, looks ready to make the move. CJ Prescott gives way, and it was certainly a frustrating start. New pitcher on the mound in a moment. New arm out of the bullpen, Erasmo Ramirez.
So CJ was relieved, and here she comes out to the batting to try to get the team rallied here. Nobody on.
That one fouled off.
CJ trying to do something here. She is yet to get a hit this game.
Line drive, and it's caught. Might need to do something to reset your karma. That line. One gone runner at first. Next is the designated hitter, CJ Prescott. She swings and fouls one off. That fastball was very hittable, but the swing just a touch too early. Pitcher needs to adjust.
Another foul for CJ.
And a frozen rope into center for a base hit. Lead runner hits second and heads for third. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
So CJ,
The first baseman.
One away, runners at
Gets
first
a
and
hit.
third. And
What
here's
she
the first
needed.
baseman. 2-2, and the pitch. Got the batter swinging for the K. Pulled the string on the changeup. Here's the center fielder, Nico Holsizer.
Nico Holsizer has a lot of trouble striking out as of late.
Out to short. Vavra slings it across. Third out. That'll
The
end
eighth
frame.
inning. And it looks like the
Prescott
Bulls will...
hitched into the sixth and limited the damage against. Rough outing for her, and she may be feeling like she let the team down. I know she'll be hungry to do better in her next start.
So you have it, folks. CJ had 5 Ks, 1 base off ball. She gave up 7 hits, and she had 4 earned runs. The long ball played pretty hard for CJ, folks. The long ball played pretty hard for CJ.
Our final line.
As she was unable to successfully get the long ball. She was unable to successfully hit the long ball, or stop the long ball, if you will. But yeah, did what they had to do there. So there you have it, folks. Another episode done and dusted. The CJ Prescott Road to the Show right here on MLB The Show 24. If you're new, scratch the claw marks at the bottom right here corner of your screen. Come to the Wolfpack fam today. Sniff and bite into that bell icon. Become part of the notification squad. Do not forget to put a like to the video. It is much appreciated. We'll take a look real quick before we do end this episode at the starting pitchers. You see it here for CJ. CJ needs to make at least a 74 before she will get called up to the majors. But that is coming, folks, I believe. I believe that is coming. CJ's at a 67 right now. She's a 74. So she should be climbing here in the next couple of episodes or so. And hopefully we'll get something for CJ as she gets called up. Remember, always stay hungry, hungry like the wolf. I am out.